Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznus here, and today's video is going to be another money making guide. But this guide is going to be for low level players. But before we get into this video, I want to announce I'll be doing a 50 mil giveaway on this video. So all you have to do to enter is make sure to subscribe right now, like the video, and leave a comment below telling me your favorite RuneScape memory. I'm really excited to read them all, so make sure you leave a comment and then you'll be entered for the giveaway. So if you do all those things, of course you'll be entered, and I will draw a random winner and announce it in the next video. But let's get back into this guide. So being a low level guide, that means these are going to be money making methods targeted towards lower level players with low skill levels or almost no requirements at all. Usually with these guides, I focus on 3 different methods. So without further ado, let's get right into the first method. Alright, so the first method is actually going to be a combat method, and what we're going to be doing is killing the giant mimic in beginner mode. This fight is very easy, but I'll leave a link in the description to the mechanics and a video where I actually go over them all. But for this method, you're going to need level 50 or so combat stats. 50 to 60 is probably a good range. However, I will be using tier 60 weapons to test this method in the video today, and this is my recommended gear setup for around 50 to 60 combat stats. I'm using a Gothic Staff and Full Mystic. As for inventory, I recommend to just bring a little bit of food and runes, and that's about all you'll need. You can bring potions to boost your stats, but the giant mimic is level 38 and only has 25,000 life points, so it's not going to be very hard to kill at all. So basically, to do this method, you'll just want to buy mimic kill tokens on the Grand Exchange. These will allow you to fight the giant mimic. Then what you want to do is click them and click beginner, and then you'll be transported into the giant mimic boss fight. The fight for a beginner is very simple. The mimic only has 25k life points and dies really fast. The only attacks the mimic will use are the charge attack and coin toss. All you really have to do to dodge these is to just move out of the way when the indicators come up on screen. This is a very simple fight compared to the elite giant mimic. Indicators will come on screen whenever the mimic is going to use special attacks, and the mimic, of course, like I said, can only use 2 special attacks, unlike the elite giant mimic, and of course has way lower life points. So to do this, I use a tier 60 weapon, and I didn't use any potions or prayers, and I used level 41 air spells, so I tried to simulate as much as I could being a low level. Of course, I may hit a bit more because, of course, my magic level is 99, but I tried my best to simulate a low level doing this, so your kills might be a little less than mine, but keep in mind I wasn't focusing really hard. I was using Revolution, and I was AFKing pretty much all of this. So in 12 minutes, I ended up killing about 20 mimics, which comes out to around 100 kills per hour. However, if you're lower level and don't have as good of gear or high of levels, you should expect at the lowest probably 60 kills per hour and more likely around 80 kills per hour once you get the hang of it. Now we're going to take a look at the loot. So I opened my 20 loot chests and I got kind of unlucky. I only got 1 scrimshaw and it was the cheapest one. So in 12 minutes, I made about 600k, which comes out to about 400k profit in 12 minutes if you minus the token costs. This is only around 2 mil per hour profit, which is still pretty good. However, if you can get 80 kills per hour on average, you should get around 4.5 million loot or make a little under 3 million profit. I would say this method is anywhere from 2.5 mil to 4 mil an hour, depending on your luck, and it's actually pretty fun. And if you're a low level and don't have much experiences with bosses, you can kill this at a super low level with tier 40s or 50s, and you'll be killing a low level boss and making some decent money as you're doing it. And of course, we all know there aren't very many bosses, if any, that you can kill at this low of level. So I highly recommend doing it if you're a low level and want to try out some bosses, and it's actually pretty decent money. Alright guys, so the next method is going to be hunting Larupia for their fur. For this method, you will only need level 31 Hunter. However, I highly recommend having 51 Hunter so you don't fail to catch the Larupia as often. So for this method, all you're going to need in terms of items and gear is a hatchet and knife in your tool belt, a teasing stick in your inventory, and then some magic note paper if you don't want to worry about banking. However, you can bank and walk back. Also, if you have the level, a Spirit Larupia, Spirit Grok, Spirit Kayat, or Arctic Bear, which all boost your hunter level, is good to have as well, as it will help you fail less to catch the Larupia. So first, you're going to want to go to this hunting area of the Feldip Hills to start hunting the Larupia. Once we get there, there's a few methods to do this. First, you need to make a trap. You'll want to start by cutting maybe 10 or so logs from the trees around the jungle. After this, you'll need to build a pitfall trap with your logs and click on a Larupia to tease it and then make it follow you. Once you have the trap built and the Larupia following you, you'll then want to walk up to your trap, jump over it, and then the Larupia will either fall in the trap and you'll be able to harvest it for its fur, or it will jump over the trap. If the Larupia jumps over your trap, you'll have to go and bring it to a different trap to catch it. The higher your hunter level is, the better this is. However, this is a low-level money-making guide, and at 51 hunter, you should have no problem catching a decent amount of these. However, you'll definitely fail more than I did. If you can get into a groove and not fail too often, you can actually spawn trap these like I did here. All you do is jump over the trap, harvest the Larupia, build the trap, jump back over, and click the Larupia as soon as it spawns and repeat. This makes it super easy to continuously catch them if you aren't failing too often. Now, you'll also sometimes get a tattered Larupia fur and big bones. You'll just want to bury the bones and drop the fur. So I did this for around 10 minutes and I ended up getting around 20 Larupia fur. However, if we look at the price check, that comes out to 600k. And keep in mind, all these Larupia fur insta-sold, and I ended up getting 603k for them all. This comes out to 3.6 mil an hour. However, again, this all depends on how much you fail, and I'd say at the low end, this is a solid 2 mil per hour, up to around 4 mil an hour, depending how good of a groove you can get into and how little you fail. If you like Hunter, and you don't have such a high level, this is a solid way to make some decent GP without having such huge requirements like some other skills. Alright guys, so this last method is going to be a more AFK method, and what this method's going to be is making clockwork in your player-owned house. So for this method, all you'll need is level 25 construction for the crafting bench 2, and then you'll also need level 8 crafting to be able to make the actual clockwork. You will also want around 500k starting cash. So for this method, all you'll need to do is bring house teleports and an inventory full of steel bars. What you will do is you'll go and you'll teleport to your house, and you'll go to your crafting bench. Then all you need to do is click Make Clockwork, and then you can AFK for around 2 minutes while you make the clockwork, which is really nice. Then, after you're done and all your clockwork is made, you'll want to teleport out to a bank. I personally used a Ring of Dueling to teleport for Castle Wars, as this is really easy to get access to as a low level. Then what you'll want to do is rebank and teleport back to your house and just repeat this method and continue making clockwork and banking. It's honestly so easy and super AFK, and it's also super nice for the requirements. I love that I found such an AFK method for lower levels that really doesn't require much. Now we're going to look at how much money this method is per hour. So I ended up buying 100 steel bars to turn into clockwork, and it only took me 5 minutes to finish all the steel bars. This comes out to 350k GP made in 5 minutes, but of course we have to account for the supplies, so if we minus our steel bars and teleport tab costs, it comes out to about 250k profit in 5 minutes, or around 3 million GP per hour, making 1200 clockworks per hour AFK. This is honestly one of my favorite low-level methods I've ever found, and I highly recommend you try it out if you're looking for a nice AFK method. It's hard to find AFK methods nowadays that are truly AFK, and this you can basically stop looking at your screen for 2 minutes, and then you just bank and then continue AFKing. It is really nice, and I highly recommend you try it. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. Of course, again, if you want to enter the 50 mil giveaway, subscribe, like the video, and comment your favorite RuneScape memory, and we'll be giving away that 50 mil in the next video. Thank you guys. We hit 7K subscribers. That is amazing. I never thought I'd get there. I hope I can get 10K one day. That is an absolute dream. I could never have imagined that. It's just so crazy to even think about a year ago. Like, I didn't even think I'd get 100 subscribers. So again, you guys are amazing. You guys make my day with all your comments. I read every single comment. Thank you all for your support. And I also want to thank my channel members. If you'd like to join, you can click the join button below to join my channel memberships and get cool perks and stuff and support the channel. We do have a Discord, which will be in the description. That's free to join for everyone. And yeah, all my affiliate links are in the description. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.